Where is Donovan People Jones? Yesterday, I got so caught up in the signing of Allen Robinson that I didn't even realize that Donovan People Jones was not on that list, even though an hour earlier, there were reports coming out that he was going to be on the Detroit Lions practice squad. So turns out that the Detroit Lions practice squad has 15 people, is not full, but technically is full. Follow me. So the Detroit Lions, there were 15 people on Tim Twentyman's release yesterday, but there are 16 spots. Somebody was missing. Donovan People Jones. Why was he missing? Is he not on the Detroit Lions team anymore? I just was like I said, I was so caught up in Allen Robinson that I didn't even realize he wasn't there. So what happened? Well, turns out it's kind of a sticky situation that the Detroit Lions are playing like some maneuvering, some musical chairs, if you will, when it comes to the roster and how they are filling the practice squad and the 53-man roster. So it's just like one of them things. I couldn't imagine being in charge of all of this. You got to know this stuff. You got to be able to do this, to do that. Kind of like signing bonuses, how you can give somebody a signing bonus, but then guarantee money, but this money means nothing, but this is so. What happened to Donovan People Jones? Where is he at? Is he on the Detroit Lions team? Technically, no, not yet, but all reports are saying that he's going to be the 16th person on the Detroit Lions practice squad. So according to Pride of Detroit, here's what happened. It says the NFL practice squad has certain limitations to who is eligible to make the squad. Most notably, of the 16 players on the squad, only 6 of them can have 3 or more accrued seasons. As it stands, the Lions already are at the maximum amount. The following players are considered having occurred seasons, at least 3 NFL seasons. So we go down, we go here. All right. So what's going on here? It says the Lions want to place Kaminsky on injured reserve, but kept him eligible to return later in the season. Detroit already used their 2 IR to return options on Broderick Martin and Emmanuel Mosley. So they get 2 designations before the season starts, because if you're put on IR before the season starts, you're done for the season. But they used their 2 eligibles on Broderick Martin and Emmanuel Mosley. Okay? This means Kaminsky needed to make the initial 53 or make the initial roster, stay on it for a full 24 hours, and then be placed on injured reserve in order to be eligible to still play in 2024. To make room for him, the Lions cut a veteran who would be subject to waivers where they would risk losing him, and let a player know they plan on signing them back. So that player was probably Kyle Peko that they waived in order to try to get them back. So what's going to happen now is, and we were waiting on this as my computer and my Stinger transition is, there we go. Okay, come on now. So it looks like John Kaminsky had to, okay, so he made the 53-man roster, okay? He had to stay on it for a full 24 hours, which would have been yesterday. That would have been, so the roster was Tuesday. The cut down day was Tuesday at 4. 24 hours was yesterday. So probably today he'll be moved to IR because that gives him the ability to come back. So remember, there is no, you have to be off. If you're put on IR during the season, there is a minimum of 4 weeks. I don't believe there's a maximum, but you only get 8 elevations. So they will be using the 8 elevations, one of the 8 elevations on John Kaminsky. Okay, so that's one off the table already. So what it looks like they're going to do, they are going to put John Kaminsky on injured reserve, minimum 4 games. He's going to miss more than that. They're then going to take Kyle Peko, move him to the active roster. Then they're going to put Donovan People Jones on the practice squad. So that is going to be how they do it. So that's what happened to DPJ. I was like, what in the world? Most of the time these reports are, there's only a few times that I've seen reports wrong. That was with Antonio Brown, that he signed with the Bills, and that was it. It's been a couple times, and most of it is Adam Schefter. But 9.9 out of times, like, these reports are right. So that's what happened according to Pride of Detroit. The Lions had to finagle some things. So if you follow Broderick Martin, Emmanuel Mosley, they were put on the IR to return, which is a new, I don't know if that's new to this year, but that's a new feature because if you look at A.J. Dillon, and there's a couple guys throughout the NFL who had to be placed on IR and their season is over. They didn't want to do that with John Kaminsky. So Broderick Martin, Emmanuel Mosley, IR to return. It's literally called IR to return. And I don't remember seeing that last year. So let me know if you saw it or if it's new this season. IR to return, okay? And we didn't end anyone's season. We could have ended John Kaminsky's season, but we didn't do that. He made the 53. Now he's going to be placed on IR, the short-term IR, but it's going to be longer for him. Pecco's going to take his spot. Donovan's going to take Pecco's spot. So that's what happened. So as soon as that is all made official, that will be how that works. And we got a video coming later today about a guy that I thought should have at least made the practice squad, but I don't know if he got the fairest shot in Detroit. We'll talk about him later. So let me know your thoughts. Were you confused? Because I didn't even know, like I said, I didn't even realize that I didn't read his name. I was just so fixated on Allen Robinson. Like, I'm not going to go there today, but I was just so fixated that I didn't even realize DPJ wasn't on that list. It wasn't until I started reading the comments like, wait a minute, he's not. I didn't see his name. So that's what's going on with Donovan People Jones. He will be back. Everything is pointing to him returning. We're just waiting on that stuff to happen, and then he should be back. So consider subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. We're on a push to 22K, and we are at the making of this video 143 away. 2 days ago, we grew 65 subscribers. Yesterday, not so much. You know, when I go on my little rants, I get a lot of people be in their feelings. They be in their feelings, man. It's either a huge drop-off or a standstill. So consider subscribing because we're on our way. We'll be at 22K, hopefully by kickoff. That would be the fantastic. Either Monday, kickoff, whatever the situation. I hope to get there by then. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.